Wow, today is so cold. Look at that. PWC for tacos.
It's winter, and I'm sitting at the coziest cafe in the middle of Auckland. So I actually have this weird low vibrational thought these days, and it's crazy when I think about it. I should not be in this state. I should not let myself be in this state, especially in a quite a period of time, because this low vibrational thoughts or emotion is not a good place to be. But I also do know that we're human. We're not always gonna think good. Okay, sometimes we're just gonna fall into the trap of feeling not good. Remember, I used to discuss about the skill of consciousness in my previous video. When I was in this low vibrational state, that is when I need to come back to the skill. Okay, and I think this is such a crucial time and a crucial moment where I can share how to use this skill of consciousness for your good, for our good, especially when we are in this not so good state. I would say how I want to know, how we want to know we are in the right state is when you could pay attention to what you feel and what you think. When I pay attention to it's what I'm thinking, to it's my thoughts and emotions, that's when I can see from the scale, whether my thoughts and emotion are actually in a good state, or is it slow me down, or generally just make me feel not so good. So this state helped me a lot, and I think it's gonna help you guys too. So if you remember the scale, the upper part of the scale is exactly the feeling and thoughts that we want to always feel, that we want to always come back to. And the lower part of the scale is definitely something we need to work on it. Definitely something we need to come back within ourselves. Okay, not to blame ourselves, but more about come back to your thoughts and emotion and heal that. Kind of like pay attention to this kind of thoughts so that we can bring back our state from the down state to the upper part, because we don't want to stay in the lower part for a long period of time. It will never bring good to you. It will never bring good to me. It will never bring good to all of us. What we want is more towards being in a higher state, being in a state that gonna move us forward, being in a state that gonna inspire us to do so much, to move forward in our life. Remember my previous video about inspired action? Inspired action will only come if you could maintain yourself in a long period at the highest state of consciousness. This is very crucial. I even learned this in a hard way. If I want to feel so much ideas in my life, okay, especially when I am creating things in my life, and it's not just me, it's about you guys too. You guys want to create something in this life. You guys want to move forward. Like I myself, I'm a creator, so I need a lot of ideas and inspiration and creativity. So all of that is inspiration, is inspired action. In order for me to be, okay, to always be inspired, to always want to move forward, to always want to take action, okay, I need some inspiration, right? And I need to be inspired to take action. In order for me, in order for all of us to always be inspired, we need to constantly put ourselves in a higher state of consciousness, in this higher level of place. It just made me realize that I have so much control. Like I have so much control whenever I figure out myself being in a lower state of consciousness, having this kind of lower vibrational energy, lower vibrational thoughts and emotions. I can actually change that just by changing my thoughts, just by being aware of what I feel. And that is when I feel so much in control of my own life and so much power that I could actually change it by changing what I think, by actually pay attention towards what I want to change, by actually change the feelings and the thoughts to a higher level of consciousness. I remember I wrote, great ideas, wisdom, and creativity come in the state of calmness. This is when you need to learn to be in silence, solitude, and stillness. I remember why I wrote this is because I want to emphasize how you can actually be in the higher vibrational state if you could actually come back to yourself, sit with yourself, be in a little bit silence with yourself. Okay, it's all about stillness and calmness, and this is like really self-awareness process. And in order for you to actually be self-aware with yourself, in order for you to like pay attention to your thoughts and emotions, you need some kind of silence, you need some kind of solitude with yourself, you need some moment with yourself. And this is when being able to sit with yourself is so important. This is when being able to actually silence all those noise out there just to come back to yourself and to pay attention towards your thoughts and emotion is very crucial, Not a lot of people could do this. A lot of people are just going to ditch whatever they think, despite they are having in a low vibrational thoughts, despite they are having this some sort of unresolved feelings or emotions and thoughts. They don't want to come back to themselves and actually be self-aware. They just want to be distracted by the world out there, just going to be distracted by life, and you're just going to ditch the thoughts and you will never resolve that. So this is once again self-awareness. And if you want to be a very self-aware person, a person that is very observant towards your thoughts and emotions, then you have to learn to sit in silence. You have to learn to sit with yourself in silence. Shut down all those noises out there just to come back to yourself, just to listen the inner voice. Okay, sometimes the voice could come from your thoughts and sometimes the voice could come from your heart, your emotions. And in order for you to know that, in order for you to listen to that, you need to really come back to yourself. You need to really learn to sit in silence, to sit with yourself. And another part that I wrote is that great ideas, wisdom, and creativity come in the state of calmness. Okay, if you come back to the scale of consciousness, calmness, being calm is a higher vibrational state. Okay, remember it's the state of joy, peace, love, enlightenment, calmness. All of this is a higher vibrational state, which exactly the place you and I, like all human beings in this world, should be in. Because when you are in this kind of state, you're going to operate differently. You're just going to operate differently from people who have low vibrational state. People in this higher vibrational state, usually they are calm. They're not rushed by life. They have high level of patience, not because they are doing nothing, because they have higher trust in God and higher trust in the higher power, whatever you want to call. These kind of people always see life as a joy, and they are very present because they know every single day is such a moment. Like every single day is such a blessing. They're in this blessed state. They are in this seeing life in a different way, in a different light. And this is exactly the state that you want to be in. This is exactly the state that you constantly want to be in, that you constantly want to embody. The state that you always want to embody, like courage. You want to always have that courage to take action, to go towards what you want. Neutrality, willingness to do what it takes to go towards your dreams, to go towards your vision. Acceptance, you accept who you are as a person. Okay, this at this point, you just have radical self-acceptance. You accept yourself wholly and fully. You accept life it is, like it is what it is right now, and you can actually turn your life if you want to turn your life just by you decide that you want to do it. And then you have so much reason why you want to do something, and all this reason is actually reason that are going to do good to you, do good to other people. You have so much reason and purpose. This is the state that you want to be in. And love, oh my goodness, when you have so much love, you're just going to see life differently. You're just going to see people differently. Okay, that is when you don't have so much hatred and envy. You don't have animosity towards other people because your heart is just so full of love. Your being, your thoughts, your emotion is just so full of love. Okay, you see things differently when you have so much love in your eyes. Love towards life, love towards people, love towards humanity, love towards your job. It's definitely going to be different. And then next, joy. This is when everything you do, despite your even downfall, you could still feel some sense of joy and calm and peace, just because you know everything happened for a reason, and just because you know sometimes life just want to test you. That's why it gives you some sort of trials, that's why it gives you some sort of problems. And if you could see life differently, you're just going to feel so much joy. And then peace and enlightenment, all of these are exactly the state that we as a person, as a human being, want to be in. Okay, want to be in this state for a very long period of time. But why I came out with this video is because sometimes, like I said just now, we as human, we're gonna fall back, okay, into those low vibrational state. Like I myself, like these days, I have this crazy, weird, low vibrational thoughts. Just because I'm in like trying new things in my life, sometimes I feel scared, and sometimes I do feel like, can I do that? Like, am I enough? Like, I have this kind of anxiety, I would say, like fear. Sometimes I do blame myself in a sense. So I have this like weird, low vibrational feelings and thoughts. And that is when I just noticed that I myself need to catch myself being in this state, and I have to immediately change that. This is when the hard work comes into play. This is where hard work lies. Okay, because like I said just now, not a lot of people just want to be self-aware with what they feel. They're just gonna ditch. They're just gonna ditch these feelings, these weird feelings, even though you are actually in this lower vibrational place, you don't want to work on it. Okay, you just want to go with life and just going to feel this emotion like for a very long period of time, which it will bring no good to you. The key is you don't want to be in this low vibration state more than 24 hours. If possible, less than 12 hours. You don't want to be in this state more than one day because you want to always feel inspired. You want to always feel so much energy in life. You want to be in a place where you have so much ideas, so much inspiration, so much creativity and wisdom and learning. You want to be in that phase where you constantly want to move forward. You always want to find ways. You always want to take action. You always want to feel moving forward, and that is exactly the phase of higher vibrational state. But if you are in low vibrational state, know that you can change that. Know that you can turn that, but you have to do the inner work. You have to do the inner work of resolving, of healing this low vibrational state so that you can rise, so that you can ascend, so that you can rise as a human being. And true change always, this is why people say true change always happen inside first. This is why people say true change always begin from within. Before it's just going to radiate outside, before it's just going to radiate to your outer world of reality. Before you want to change your outer world of reality, you want to change your relationship, you want to change your life, you want to change your money, you want to change your whatever you want to change out there. Everything starts with within. And what I say with within, it starts with changing your thoughts and changing your emotions. It starts when you start to pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. You change your state first before you want to see the result out there. So lower vibrational state, whenever you catch yourself in a state of pride and ego, like separation, or in a state of desire, like you crave too much, in the state of fear and anxiety, in the state of apathy, despair, guilt, blame, like shame, humiliation, you feel so bad about yourself. Whenever you catch yourself in that state, that is a win. Okay, that is a win for you because you start to catch yourself. You don't just go with life. You don't just ditch this weird low vibrational thoughts or feelings. You actually catch yourself and you become self-aware here that you want to change. At this point, you decide you don't want to be in this low vibrational state for a long time because you promise yourself that you want to always move. You promise yourself that you always want to be inspired. You promise yourself that you always want to do better, want to be better. And that is when you hold yourself accountable, you catch yourself, you become self-aware with yourself, you sit with yourself in silence, you work hard, okay, the inner work, you work hard on getting to know yourself on a deeper level so that you know yourself better. You work hard towards understanding what you don't understand inside, what you don't understand in your thoughts, what you don't understand with the emotions. Ask people for help. You actually find knowledge to actually resolve the things that feel unresolved within you. You work hard on it immediately. Just because you promise yourself that you're just going to take action whenever you fall into this low vibrational state. I just want to highlight again, the key is you don't want to be in this low vibrational state for a long time. Okay, if possible, less than 24 hours. You want to always feel good. Okay, if not feel good, at least you want to move towards feeling good. You don't want to stay in this low vibrational state for a long period. Like you're always going to feel sad, you're always going to feel tired, you're always going to feel lazy, you're always going to feel unmotivated, you're always going to feel like comparing, anxiety, fear of everything, always be in this ego mindset. You don't want all of that. You want to change. You want to change for good. You want to change towards higher level of vibration. I believe in this skill because this skill is all about sciences. When you see the skill, you could see that each emotion that I said just now, they have their own frequency. And these numbers, okay, numbers don't lie. Science is exposing the truth and exposing the lie. So these numbers just show that if you feel better, your vibration level is just going to increase. But if you feel bad, if you stay stuck in a low vibrational state for a very long period of time, your vibe or your vibrational state is going to stay low, just going to be like very low, and you don't want to be in that low position for a long time. So if you want to feel high vibe, like people say good vibe and stuff, good vibe around people, obviously you want to feel good with yourself. Obviously you want other people as well to feel good with you. You know, that kind of good vibe, cool people that radiate that kind of energy, that is a higher vibrational state. If you want to radiate good vibes to other people, then you have to train yourself to be in a good higher vibe energy first. You be in that higher vibrational state first. You work hard in yourself first, because sometimes, like I myself too, sometimes I fall into those trap, or sometimes I fall into those lower vibrational energy. But when I actually notice myself and I actually self-aware of that, I am aware of that, that is when I can change. Okay, the moment I self-aware with my thoughts, the moment I am aware with my thoughts and feelings, what kind of energy I'm radiating at, that is the moment the low vibrational energy gonna lose its power. Just because I'm already aware, like, oh no, I don't want to be in this state for a long time. Oh no, I have to work hard on this. Oh no, I decide not to take this or not to live in this state for a long time. That is when it loses all power, okay? All this weird or all this lower vibrational energy, fear, anxiety, ego, shame, and guilty, all these feelings is going to lose its power the moment I decide that I'm aware of that and I'm not going to let myself be in that state. That is the moment you win. That is the moment you can change. You can change inner first, so that it's going to be seen out there. So I don't want to be in this low vibration state for a long time. So when I actually had that, that is when I worked really hard. And what I did is that I write. Okay, like I said before, writing is so powerful. It helps me to focus back on what I want to focus on. Because before this, I fall into the trap of scared and anxiety and having this fear and feeling guilt and shame, whatever it is. Then I write the opposite, like I deserve to be better. I am becoming. I know who I am and I am becoming who I envision to be. I am this kind of woman. I am a happy woman. I am a peaceful woman. I am an inspired woman. I am in control of my own life. Can you see that I am writing because I want to take back control of my thoughts? I don't want to come back in those low vibrational thoughts. So what I did is I work hard on the affirmation. I work hard in writing so that my brain see it differently. My brain see the opposite of what I'm thinking, that, for example, I'm scared of something. I write the opposite, that there's place for me out there, that I can do it, that I am able to do whatever I plan in my head. Like God is with me. Like I will change. I'll change, and I write it consistently just because I want those writing and I want those affirmation to really make my thoughts stronger back into a higher vibrational thoughts. This is when I think the hard work, okay, the hard work of telling your brain the right stories, the right narratives, the right thing with affirmation, so that the affirmation going to counter back all those weird thoughts that I have before, all those anxiety or fear, guilt or shame that I felt before. I write that consistently because I believe in the power of writing. I've said this multiple times. I believe in affirmation. I've said this multiple times because it works, because our brain believes in repetition. That's why affirmation works. And I like to write it constantly, consistently, just because I am aware of my thoughts and I don't want those weird vibrational thoughts to control what I'm going to do next. And you guys can do it too. If I can, you guys definitely can too. You guys can affirm back to yourself. You guys can write those good affirmations in your journal on a paper. You guys can seek advice towards people who understand more towards your trauma or towards your anxiety. Seek for advice for people that you trust just because you want to resolve these weird vibrational thoughts. Work hard on it. Take action. Take action whenever you catch yourself being in this low vibrational state. Because like I said just now, you don't want to be in that low vibrational state for a long period. You want to work hard immediately on it. Once you resolve everything within, once you could resolve slowly, okay, slowly your thoughts and emotions, you're just gonna notice yourself be different. You have different energy. You're slowly becoming more and more inspired to go towards your dreams. You even start to dream back just because you feel inspired. You're just gonna start to see yourself dream even bigger than before. You're just gonna become so much bolder and so much confident because you have worked so hard within you. You have worked so hard in the inner work. You're just gonna notice yourself gonna keep on taking action, not because of like validation of others, just because you promise yourself that you're willing to take whatever it takes. Because when you change inside, it's just gonna radiate outside. That's the truth. As within, so without. If I can every single day take my journal, take my pen and paper, and actually write the affirmations that could affirm me throughout my day, you guys can too. I do it every single day because I believe in the power of consistency. If you write every single day and your brain could see that you are the person that you write, because obviously you want to write something that you want, your brain just going to see life differently. Okay, your brain will never come back to those low vibrational thoughts. because you already affirmed it so hard. You already engrave it so deep in your brain, in your subconscious mind, to the point it will see differently. It will see your life differently. To the point, if let's say the world gonna test you again, if the world send you people that are gonna test you again, probably gonna say something weird or probably gonna say something bad to you, you wouldn't believe that. You wouldn't believe that because your brain is already strong at that moment. All those affirmations already ingrained in your brain, in your subconscious mind, to the point you wouldn't believe that. Remember when I say, if you know you're such an orange, you already know in yourself you're such an orange. If people out there say you're such an apple, you wouldn't believe that. Same goes to your brain. If you know you are who you said you are, you write that repeatedly in your journal, or you write that, or you say out loud whatever you want to say, and you always remember that you are the person that you tell you are, which is the person that you want to be. If other people out there, if life's going to test you with some shitty people or with something like weird, if life out there going to test you something different, something that's going to challenge your belief, you wouldn't believe that. You wouldn't. You already put in your head so strong that the world out there couldn't shaken you anymore. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video gonna help you as usual. Bye bye. See you in the next video.